friend's car, and he wrecked it. And he was just like, I got to get it fixed before he finds out. Give me $800 quick.
I tell him. I gotta fix it before he what?
Yeah, it was just his bumper and his back tail light. And he was just like, and I was just like, just can you please? I was like, Negro, you just called me asking for $800. Oh, he still hasn't replied, so he's typing out something long.
Oh
man, what's this gonna be?
Hey, I need $1,000 because my friend's car's in the river now.
I tried to hide the evidence. It didn't work.
You wouldn't happen to know any aquatic-based superheroes, would you?
No.
Or let me call him Jason Momoa.
Aquatic beasts. Oh my god.
Just call Moana. I'm sure she'll help you out.
Would you happen to know any hypnotists that I can use to make my friend forget he owned a car?
But there's documentation, lighter.
Conversely, would you be willing to kill for me? Can I borrow $800 to pay you $800 to kill somebody?
Oh. Jesus. Okay. I'm happy I'm recording because I like to put snippets before the podcast actually starts and the theme kicks in.
Oh, God.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
After this, you'll only have to pay him, what, $770?
And with that, welcome back to the podcast of stuff, RWBYcast, Volume 6. So now, thankfully, since we've gotten to Volume 6 at the end of Volume 6, the next volume that runs around is going to be Volume 7, part whatever.
We can never have this. We can never do this again.
Okay.
It will never be this perfect.
No.
Unless the next
one,
season,
probably.
Yeah, unless the next season sucks, at which point it could happen again. Who knows?
We shall see. What the? Oh, it's my laptop sticker. I have a blanket on me. There's just a sticker on it. I was like, what is this?
You have.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. It has been a full volume of RWBY. Volume 6. It is over. Today, it happened.
Yay?
Yeah. So, I guess we'll get this portion out of the way. So, as, if anyone has been following this since the beginning of this volume, two of us made a gentleman's bet on where this season of RWBY would place amongst all the others, and if it was by consensus the less than third best, fourth best or below, there we go, then I would win $30. However, if it was third or above, it would win. Season would win.
Oh,
I'd pay Ruth
Deserved. It won.
I'm degraded to it.
DA would win $30.
There it is.
And
DA, the thing is here.
I was trying to think of like something where I could like try and swing it, like just not even being like a good argument. But let's be honest here, this was the best season in RWBY. By fucking far.
Oh, definitely.
A long shot.
100%.
So, sir, send me the email of your PayPal. You will be receiving $30 during this podcast. Congratulations.
You can't see me, but I'm doing the robot right now.
The penny? Oh.
Oh.
Give me volume 1 and 3 in Maya, because that looked amazing. Those flashbacks. Oh my! I want that.
Well, most of those I think were hand drawn.
Either or. Some of them were hand drawn. I saw like that one.
Yeah, I think those were hand drawn.
Whatever that style is, y'all give me, cause that looked so great.
We'll never see it again.
Never again.
Yeah, probably not.
So yeah, should we talk about any highlights we want to talk about and then go through episode synopsises, or do we just want to go straight into episode synopsises? Synopsises. Because I have like one gripe that is really inconsequential, but my mindset was, if this was in Volume 5, then it would have been so much worse in my head.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'm interested to hear what this is.
The flying monkeys.
Oh.
Just because, like, once it happened, I'm just like, oh man, that is super on the nose. But I didn't care because the rest of the volume was great. But if that would have been at the end of Volume 5, it would have been a serious, like, what the fuck are they doing?
That's not on the nose. That's a punch in the nose.
That would have been hilarious.
I don't think any of us would have been okay, or even started this season. We would have quit.
Not.
I'd have been fine because my whole mindset is I don't care about these old references and garbage. You tell me that this is Glinda the Good Witch, I go, I don't care because that has nothing to do with the story. She got flying monkeys because she does. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really affect her character or anything.
To me, that
but it
was
is kind of
too on the nose.
But they also look quite threatening.
They do,
so it's
but like it's like, all right, her name is Salem. She's a witch. You got Glinda Good Witch. It is very much, and she's the enemy of Ozpin.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you don't need any more like tells that she is based off the Wicked Witch, Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, Wicked Witch of the West. And then this was just like, hey, look.
Flying monkeys!
You get it?
I just shook my head. I'm just like, if
Jesus.
this were a season or two ago,
Oh yeah,
this would have pissed me off more.
But they built up.
You don't get it, but
Ruby built up so much goodwill that you're just like, yeah, that's fine, whatever.
I will let them have, to me, this one slip up.
I will let them have that one slip up as well, because after this volume, I'm like, okay, fine, that's your one.
Yeah. That was the writer's room going like, oh, this is going to be great. It's just like, you know what? You can have I will give you one of those moments of volume. One. So yeah, that's like the big thing in my head that I wanted to touch on. I didn't want to wait until the end.
Okay, and I'll just get this one out of the way. I felt like this one was calling me out or signaling me out specifically, and it was the Leviathan. I was, as soon as I saw that, you guys saw the text. I'm like, they did it.
Bum 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 bum. Bum, bum, wimp, wimp, wimp.
Oh yeah. Kaiju.
He also had fire breath.
He also had fire breath.
That thing was the closest to Godzilla you're gonna get.
I love how too it's just like this is the point where they didn't go too on the nose. Where it's just like, oh, we won't make the spines glow. We'll make his like gills glow.
Yeah. They look more like the Spinosaurus after seeing them a little up close, but still.
He had a Zilla vibe.
Yeah.
Like, not Godzilla, American Zilla.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I lost my train of thought.
So we recapped the first half of the season in our last RWBYcast episode, so we're just going to recap the second half.
Right.
Which we left off at...
Wait. Everybody else talked, and I don't want to wait for too long.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Neo's new outfit.
I knew it. I knew it.
I yelled so loud when that happened. It's so. Oh my goodness!
It is legitimately
It's
great.
so good.
Once the reveal happened, I'm just like, oh, this will be worth it for him. Like, he was so pissed that she didn't get a new one before.
Yo, why wasn't that all throughout the volume? Because I love dumb, over-designed outfits like that, where it's just like, there's one too many accessories, and it's her little neckerchief. I'm like, that's one too many, and it's perfect. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
And she has Roman's hat added in.
Man.
Yeah, no, they really perfected her character finally.
I know, and I'm so glad they kept her mute. I'm so fucking glad.
Not a word, no breathing, nothing.
None.
She snaps.
Yeah.
Snaps, just points, facial expressions, gestures. That's all you need.
She's the best.
Hands down.
DA's ideal woman, one who doesn't talk.
Also, probably one that doesn't pick up knives. So I mean,
See, I was gonna make a joke, but you just brought back all those bad memories. Like, chill out with that, homie. Chill out. Hey, we ain't trying to hurt feelings here.
We were having a good time talking about things, and then you had to do.
oh, it's me. I have to.
It's true. That's your shtick.
Okay.
That's my thing. But for me, all in all, I feel like I didn't have a moment this season for anybody or any character I particularly enjoy. It was just a culmination of, I think, I really enjoyed like the variations of Grimm. That's really it for me. Like, everybody else has touched on the things that I thought were cool, but for the most part, I enjoyed the Grimm. Minus
also,
the appearance of flying monkeys at the end. I don't actually like that.
It's fine. Also, any time that Maria was on screen was a shining moment. I don't think that there's like a bad second of her. It's very weird because she is just amazing.
Oh yeah,
She had my favorite line this whole volume. Let's not all give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
yeah. No, Calavera was good.
Maybe she's dead. I fucking love it.
All right. Any other things before we get on from episode 8 to 13?
No, that's it for me.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. Episode 8, Dead End. This is where we meet Caroline Cordovan, who it took me for fucking ever to figure out who she was based off of, because everyone in RWBY is based off of something. And it took me, like, because there's no really colors that, like, seem to match any fictional characters and none of that, but then, like, her two guards, which I'm just like, it seems like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm like, what the fuck is Tweedledee and Tweedledum from? And then I just thought about it, and I'm like, oh, she's the Queen of Hearts. And just like, then the voice, and I'm like, yep, she is the Queen of Hearts to a T.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they go and meet her. They see the grudge between Maria and her. These two old ladies just yelling at each other. Basically denies everyone going to Atlas except for Weiss, since obviously she has been air quotes kidnapped.
She just got out of that. Now she's going back in.
And you're dealing with less than reputable company. What do you mean by that? It means we're done here. Subtle racism. Amazing.
Yes.
So great. Why was this just not peppered in throughout the entire, all of it? That's all you needed to say. Her looking at Blake, we didn't need to say anything. This is just a part of the world that is just accepted.
Not accepted, commonplace.
That was so great.
We got a sign though last volume.
Oh yeah.
That's enough.
A sign.
Yeah.
Team RWBY tells Jean about the relic and all that. This is where we get the Jean snapping at Oscar scene.
Yeah. That was in the opening.
Yep. Which, I believe that was like the last thing from the opening that needed to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Then Maria has her Yoda moment with RWBY, teaching her.
Yep.
She did like... had like, you know, the just like smacking her in the head and was like, okay, cool.
Bonk.
Yeah.
She's got such a great semblance as well.
See, though, like, the problem is I like her semblance, but it brings into question, like, well, why did she get beat?
Her aura was depleted.
Yeah.
We saw it happen. Unlike in previous seasons, we actually have like an understanding of how this came to be.
Yeah, and even like the lore. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna try and sort that out.
Then they find out that the silver eyes are basically the eyes of God.
Yep.
The power of God rests in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
So have
It's
all that,
fine.
and
We've
then
heard worse.
Oscar goes missing, and that's basically that episode.
Oh yeah.
Unless there's anything of note that I missed, because I don't remember a lot of like the specific things because I didn't go back and rewatch. I should have.
Yeah, I think that was it. I'm thinking of the next episode. So
then next, Emerald and Mercury have an argument about like what to do without Cinder, and Mercury's basically like, "You can fucking go. Like, I like this life."
It's like, I'm all about this.
this is the life for me.
And then enter the lunatic.
And Tyrion comes in. Although I liked his conversation.
Yeah, this was probably the best Tyrion that we've gotten.
Where he just
hands down.
Like, I want you children to thrive.
I want you to enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
I liked the quick backstory with Mercury. Like, everyone was kind of curious what a semblance was, and then he says, yeah, my dad took my semblance away, and I never got it back. So,
you know, I'm still... That's interesting, but in the long run, that's one of the things that makes me a little put off by this season is how the fuck would that be possible to take
that is one
semblance?
for all.
I just
yeah, in a world where every power is unique, it's plausible that someone could take it.
I mean,
or it could have been something like Adam, where he imbues something in an item and he took the item away.
It's kind of like
I have words for that, but I'll wait till we get there.
And I got words about that whole segment, but before I get off this, it's also like the X-Men. I can't remember his name. The guy that can build any machine. What's his name?
Forge.
Yeah, Forge. He can build any machine. Like, okay, Tony Stark can do that too. What kind of power is that? So
you're saying Forge sucks?
No.
I think that's exactly what he's insinuating.
How can you say something so controversial that's so brave?
My cat needs me. I gotta go. I'm not saying Forge sucks. I'm just saying, like, powers, you can do whatever you want with them. Like, Rogue can steal powers.
Yeah, the whole he took my powers thing did not rub me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like I did like the you'll get it back when you earn it, and you don't. This is so you don't have to rely on your semblance. And he's a great fighter without them, even with 2 metal legs. Though that does call into question, or was that an illusion in Volume 3 where he just sort of shot a bunch of goo?
No, he shot wind. He shot wind from his legs.
Yeah, well, that's no one knows what that was.
So I guess, is that a thing from his legs?
More than
likely. Or was that his semblance? And we just got a massive retcon. We don't know.
Cybernetic enhancements. They're
It
metal
could have been
legs.
dust too. It could have been dust.
Again, dust legs. It's a very possible thing, but
that sounds so stupid.
That's a question that we didn't need answered. I think it would have been fine if they had just left it as he has a semblance. Because now we have to deal with this question.
It also means they could just get creative and, like, he's got cylinders in his legs for dust of any kind. I don't know. You're right. It could. in the long term, it could be bad. But
Everyone has dust rounds in their weapon, so to me, it's not that unreasonable.
Yeah, and if he did have a semblance, everybody would be asking, what is it and why haven't we seen it yet? So this is just a way to just go, he ain't got one.
Yep.
Shut up, everyone.
I mean, Roman doesn't have one.
Well, we don't know that because he's dead.
That was confirmed.
100%. Get him out of here. Bring back Neo.
Yeah, he's dead. But it was confirmed he doesn't have a semblance, like the writer said he didn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on.
So yeah, Tyrion does the thing, and then he leaves his watch for Atlas. And then Jean's group searches for Oscar. And as they're searching, Jean sits at a bench. A leaf blows by.
A single leaf.
Which, for those that watch Volume 3, will know that is significance. And then the leaf blows towards a fucking statue to Pyrrha.
Big titty statue.
Yep.
Yep.
And he, like, walks up to it. And then a red-haired woman who is voiced by John Brown.
Of course.
Yes, she is.
Basically, like, has a very heartfelt conversation with Jean, and then, like, disappears, basically. And then,
So I'm gonna stop right there.
go ahead.
When I met Jim Brown, I talked about how much I like Pyrrha because I genuinely like Pyrrha. And I went, I hope that you do something more with the show, be it a flashback, be it another character. And she just smiled. And I went, something's going on with Pyrrha this season.
Oh, yeah.
And that ruined me because I went right on over to Elizabeth Maxwell, who voices Winter, and I was like, "Yo, Winter better be in this month in volume." And she was silent for like 2 seconds, and she said, "We'll see." I was like, "She ain't in this, boy." Oh, boo!
Fucking DA with the behind the scenes access.
So I didn't
yeah.
want to say any of that during any of the podcast to spoil anybody, but yeah, this whole thing, when I saw that leaf, I was like, give me Pyrrha. You don't do John, you don't do the leaf without Pyrrha. Statue, good. Give me a family member. And then I heard Jim Brown, I was like, perfect, great. Gimme. Great line.
Do we think that's mom or sister?
Mom.
Definitely mom.
Definitely mom. She knows it's a family member of some kind, but they didn't specify.
Best line of hers, Jean goes, Pyrrha should be here, and she just goes, she is. Oh, that was so great. That was such a great line, such a great delivery.
I'm
Yeah,
genuinely
I really
surprised.
love that scene.
She's only credited in the credits as Mysterious Woman.
Uh-huh, sure.
So you don't know the relation.
And this whole volume was just me just begrudgingly, slowly starting to like or accept people. Once Adam took off his mask, I'm just like, dang it, man. You went from like a 1 to a 3. Dang it, why you do this to me, Ruby?
John gets back. He apologized, or everyone comes back to the John's sister's house, and it turns out Oscar just went out to get new clothes.
Wardrobe
And you know what?
Because everyone's getting one except Crow.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
I love the green. It's
Oh
great.
yeah. Oh no, it's a really good redesign.
The only problem I have with this is I would have liked to spend a little bit of time with him because he comes back and just like, hey, I may just be disappearing one day, but that's cool. I would have liked to see him coming to terms with that. Maybe a minute or two, just something other than him just going away and then coming back just like, hey, I may not exist in a day or two.
Yeah, I may cease to be. So enjoy this time with me while you can.
Yeah,
I'm basically a meat puppet. Good night, everyone.
I think he had
forever.
he had his existential crisis last volume and had too much screen time, so people were just like, fuck this guy. So there's like, he's just gonna do this off screen. He's gonna have like 1 or 2 moments, and then he's just gonna be air for the rest of the volume.
He will slowly disappear as the old man inside of him takes over.
Yep. And then John apologizes to him, and then they bring up the plan for stealing an airship. Him and or Crow and Ruby have a great conversation about
I like that scene.
basically just like shape up, old man. We're doing this.
I love how take charge Ruby is this volume.
Ruby was actually Ruby.
She was better than Ruby.
She's better than all previous Rubies.
There's
I am
so
sorry.
many like just like, you know, the inner child moments, just other little things, just actual emoting of character and series. Like, yes,
absolutely.
And I like some of the later moments in the later episodes that we'll get to.
So the table that I do my art on is a mess. It's absolutely a mess. I try to keep a clean space. You know, it's not obsessive compulsive, but I like to keep a clean space, except for my table. It's just littered with all sorts of paper and stamps and old envelopes. It is a literal mess, and I am ashamed of it. So I clean it off every week or so. So I'm cleaning it off, and I had a con that I went to. I bought the 4 Ruby Girls symbols decals that just bam stamp on, put right on my laptop. It was always just Weiss on the laptop, and the other 3 were just sitting there, and I'm just like, I'll give them away, or they'll just be there, or so I'll throw them away, whatever. So I found that finally, and I looked at it, I was just like, you know what, Ruby, you get a spot on the laptop.
What a pedestal!
Hey, that's an honor. to go from a character that I was so ambivalent towards to just me going, I consider you one of the less than 5 characters that I like. It's in one volume. It's just amazing.
Yeah, because she just has agency now. She's not just, I'm sorry, a leaf blowing through, waiting for the plot to kick in.
Just sitting there, just waiting, just watching other people take her roles.
Exactly.
No, she just like, we'll take care of the giant grill. You know what? I'll take care of it. Here I go. And I'm just like, oh, don't die. Don't lose an arm or something. I was like, lose crescent rolls. Lose that. And then Maria pops out her two scythes, and then you fight for the rest of the volume, for the rest of the series with those 2 scythes. That's what I wanted. Didn't happen.
It could happen.
It doubtful. It's always possible. I want it. I want those back.
I don't think we're ever going to see them lose their iconic weapons, to be honest.
Probably not.
Blake's were shattered.
Yeah,
at least one of them.
Oh yeah, I think they said they were going to redesign that a long time ago.
Yeah, Gamble Shroud is just a gun.
Gone. That's
a gun now.
All that's left is the sheath. Hang on a second.
Plus, Yang's was damaged by Adam's.
Yeah, but they're going to the exact place where it was built, so Iron will have it repaired because he had it made.
There's her arm, not the
If he will even do that, we don't know. He could have lost his mind. He might have gone full Stalin.
True.
It's possible, but he had the arm built. I think we're going to see him be accommodating but not accepting.
Oh yeah,
like that's my expectation for Ironwood. Is he's going to be, oh yeah, sure, we can work together, but still, I'm not doing things your way or doing anything you want me to do. But feel free to reside in Atlas.
See,
they're clearly on high alert. So
oh yeah,
it's going to be a thing until he finds out that Ozpin.
Oh yeah, when he learns the truth
definitely.
about Ozpin, it's going to be a shit show.
Okay, I found out where I got that information about Blake's weapon, and there's a tweet all the way back from 2013 from Monty Holmes' Twitter. It says, or at least he hinted, that the design of Gumball Shroud, it's Blake's weapon, would be changing in Volume 3.
Well,
so
3 seasons later.
Well, that was him. He was probably going to redesign it, but obviously he's not here anymore.
that file could still be laying around somewhere.
They probably
have access.
they probably just looked it over and figured, let's redesign it when she deals with Adam.
Hey, of the four, her weapon is the least noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that clearly just it's just a gun hook sword. It's dumb. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Blake is all right now, but I don't like her weapon. I want to go back to hating Blake. I was comfortable there.
See, I'm different. I despised her. Now she's like, oh, you exist. That's nice.
All right.
No, I'm like, yeah, Blake. Before I was like, ugh, Blake.
Hey, I can't say this. Are you going to upload this on YouTube, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't drop any specific words on that I would use to describe Blake, so yeah, no, let's just say
we know the word, a nice lady.
It's not that word either, but moving on.
All right, so yeah, they propose to steal the Atlas ship and plan to get past security somehow. Episode 10! Stealing from the elderly. I like the name. I never saw the name before.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
So they have this whole plan to steal one of the airships from the military base. Weiss seemingly comes to her senses. And we also get a little sneak peek of a female guard that is just chilling there. And it is later revealed in the episode that there are no female guards in that base besides Cordovan. So it's just like, oh, that was Neo. And we see the payoff of that a little later on.
So good. So good. Everything surrounding. Why did she have to be with Cinder? Because every time Neo shows up, I gotta deal with Cinder, and it's not fair to me.
Give it time.
Why am I suffering for my character?
It's great that she's back, but I wish I don't like Cinder.
Nobody does. Actually,
Her new outfit's pretty dope, though. I did like the new outfit.
I want a redesign of everybody. Across the board, 100%. Give me new outfits for everybody. They've been in those for too long.
Crow's overdue for one.
Those outfits remind me of Volume 4 and 5, so they need to go.
Yeah, everything that reminds us of previous volumes, it's gotta go.
Yeah, they did in Volume 2, they did just like a 2 or 3 episode outfit switch, and then just never again. Give me a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Make it permanent. And don't worry, they will.
So while they're stealing an airship, Weiss basically just knocks the guard out, and then...
Traitor!
I love those two guards.
Oh, wasn't Maria in a suitcase?
Yeah, Maria was in a suitcase.
The two guards tried to grab the suitcase, and the baby cried. I hope those two guards are okay, because I really like them.
The baby with the supersonic cry.
Siblings confirmed.
Yep. Then while they're doing that, Yang and Blake head towards the radio tower. Blake goes to disable it, and they have a fun moment, or cute little moment, where it's just like, we need to be stealthy, and, well...
You're not.
Yeah. So that happens.
But
as they are basically getting the airship, turning the airship around, they're like, okay, we need the radio tower disabled now. But Blake isn't responding. And then Cordovan picks up the
they pick them up on radar.
Yeah.
And we get another great moment with Maria.
Her making up some fucking jargon, and that's when we find out we don't have any female officers in our...
We don't have... We are not...
Your jargon was correct, but we don't have any female officers.
Oh. I like that. And the part where I can't remember her name. The stuck-up woman from Atlas. I keep forgetting her name. Cardovan, thank you. And Cardovan's just talking, and Maria's chewing on some nuts. She's like, you hear that, Cordova? That's me not caring.
She's amazing.
I love her.
I hope she lives forever.
Hey, Blaze Blue deals with timey-wimey shit all the fucking time. I want her in cross tag in her prime. Do it, Arc System Works.
Yo.
Do it.
That would be so hype.
It would. I would play that game again.
I want it now, and it's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's never
gonna be
happen.
awesome.
It's never gonna happen.
So many combos where it's like you throw one of the sides and you can just time when it comes back to you.
Oh man.
Yep.
That would be so unique and so much better than just John going sword. Ugh.
He won't get in. His semblance and everything else, he's got nothing.
No, he's way too lame.
So then,
I feel like they would put in a villain.
Oh, the guy, the producer, he says he wants Adam in.
There you go. Adam makes a lot of sense.
He does. Especially after this volume, he makes so much sense.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we cut to why Blake isn't responding. Adam has been tailing them the entire fucking time. The entire fucking time. He has the line of, I've been waiting for you to be alone.
And Blake says, you've been stalking me all throughout Anima, and I don't want you in my life anymore. And
they have a pretty dang good fight scene, which this episode also led to my second favorite slightly altered Blake GIF video on Twitter.
I saw that too.
Where they both go over the railing and Adam just falls to his death and Blake's just hanging there by her rope.
And then out of nowhere,
he just runs him over. Oh, that's the... Oh, God. That was funny.
So, yeah, they have their whole fight scene, and then it cuts back to the group, and Cordovan comes with a giant fucking robot.
Okay.
Giant ass robot. Crow has a moment of being dour again. It's like, oh, it's my semblance.
And Ruby is just like, shut up. We're gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
She's so good. What happened?
I bring misfortune. Shut the fuck up, old man.
Let's go take down that robot.
Yeah.
We're all... Oh, man. We could really use Uncle Crow in Uncle Crow's help right now.
So we get next episode. They start taking on the robot and goes to a bunch of really fucking awesome looking scenes. Ruby running on the missiles.
There are maybe 3 moments in all of RWBY where I was just like, yo, that's awesome. That's just straight up awesome. That was one of them where I just went, boy, such a simple thing. And I just went, that was awesome.
Like, to me, that is something I saw that. I'm like, Monty would be happy right now because this is just some of the dumb shit he would do. Just a cool little thing.
Yep.
And then...
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I love that Weiss used her summons beyond just summoning the armor again. She called in the Wisp for, like, air support or to fly people around. It was just, everyone always complained, all she did was ice. I'm like, not anymore.
Everyone did something, and it was great.
Even Ren did something.
But the thing I was talking about was right where it was just like, okay, everybody break and they all go in a different directions and Ruby spirals up and then shoots her. As she bursts out of her pedal mode, I don't know what that's called, you can see Crow flying away from, he was in there and then he flew away. I was like, that's good strategy, and that's something that is not very noticeable, and I really like that.
Yeah.
This whole episode is probably my favorite of the entire volume. I watched this episode like 5 times. I'm not a big action guy, but I loved all of this. Even the Blake, Yang, Adam fart fest.
So we got was this the episode where like when Ren was like on the robot and Nora's just like, get your hands off my man?
Yeah.
That was this episode.
That was it.
I love that line. I love the shield.
Yeah, but they opened...
In the video games, it's usually in the back, and then they both just like look at it, look at each other, look at it.
Like,
Oh, I
she
love
was
that
right.
shot. Grump just goes, oh.
So
Weiss is just legit one of the most OP people in the entire show. She's just making platforms and blocking
ice,
whole
earth barriers.
She's so great. And that little surfing move that they did on the ice.
Yep.
And then they're just hopping on her glyphs. I love Weiss.
Best girl. Alex said it. She's best girl.
So yeah, we cut to that. There's a good scene of Blake and Adam fighting in the woods, going fucking Attack on Titan.
Just jumping
maneuver
through
gearing through the woods, and then fight. He disarms her and is about to stab her, I believe, in the same exact spot again, if I'm not mistaken.
She still got that scar.
Still got that scar.
Because she took off her jacket, and her without her jacket looked so good. She don't need the jacket. Take it off, keep it off. It looks great.
And then that's when he reveals his face, right?
Yes. Wait. It was near the waterfall. That's
This is near the waterfall.
Yeah.
So he reveals finally his face, and he has a giant brand on his left eye, which a lot of people were like, SOS? Why is it? Or SOD or SOC? Like, why is it? And then finally people are like, no, that's a D. Schnee Dust Company.
His ass got branded.
And he was young because his eyes messed up, so this was before he had aura.
Like, in my head, too, like he is an awful character, and, like, you go back, none of his motivations were ever about Faunus rights.
None.
Never! It was always about they need to pay! Humans suck and they need to pay!
Always vengeance.
And that's so good!
All of
now it's so good. He sucked before, and then in one scene, he was just like, oh, he's kind of justified, and he's okay now. And I hate that they did that to Adam, of all people.
And I forget the actor's name, but he actually had a legitimately good performance these past 2 episodes, too.
Yeah.
They were
His
good.
last episodes were the best ones.
Yeah.
His O was fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, that text!
That text!
Creep me the out.
I was like, Ralph, are you okay over there? Did you get that?
All you texted was "oh." I'm like, did something happen? Did my crappy phone just miss a text or something? And then I saw the episode. I was like, this bastard somehow saw this episode early. What's going on here?
And then I'm like, oh,
nope, that didn't happen at all.
So yeah,
I didn't
like.
No, hold on. I'll read the exact text because this was. So again, the day this episode came out of Adam's end, I had been up late and I hadn't been checking my phone for texts. So what happened was I was where'd it go? Where is it?
It's when I shared Aaron's tweet.
For some reason, that text chain is just gone.
Well, okay. Let me see.
I got it.
Yeah, I can't see anything past January 20th for some reason.
So on the 12th, that's when you guys were talking, and then on the 18th, that's when he just typed in "oh."
Yeah, I hadn't checked this text chain in a while, so I was looking through my phone finally.
3 in the morning. 3 in the morning.
Yes, 3 in the morning. I just see it and like, oh, it's a thing. So I'm just like, oh, it's just like an . So
the
you
19th
say that
is when the episode comes out.
Yep.
So this is a full day plus later.
So then, my DAE text back just like, did you see the episode already? And I'm just like, no. And then I watched the episode and I realized why he asked me that. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
such a very specific thing. That I'm just like, he had to have seen it early. He's just going a little bit of wink and a nod. You'll get this later. I'm like, why would he do that? And how would he do that? But then I'm sitting there just going, this had to have happened, but it couldn't have. But then if it did happen, why did he share it with us? And this whole thing was just going through my mind. But then it just turned out to just be nothing.
It turned out to be literally nothing but me reacting to something from before.
Oh, Nostradamus, prop over here gave DA an existential
Ooh,
crisis.
that text was prophetic. Because
Yeah.
that was the big moment. Because lo and behold, once the fight scene ends between Blake, Adam, and Yang, both of them just DP that motherfucker.
Well,
Front to
that's
back.
next episode.
Next
Before
episode.
before that,
Oh.
we...
Talking next episode, it's just amazing.
I know. So, as he's about to, basically stab Blake in the same spot, he gets hit in the face with a motorcycle.
So great.
He can
Just
block bullets, but
blam.
he can block bullets, but he can't block Bumblebee.
Yep.
Nobody can.
No
Yeah.
one can. It's unstoppable.
And I'll get to that in a minute.
And Yang intervenes, and they have their little,
They're skirmish.
their shipping moment.
I got words about that, but we'll go on.
So, then next episode.
They
sorry,
they have a little bit of a fight, and then the
Yang
shipping
and Adam
moment
do.
yeah, shipping moment. I also
That
forgot.
that's when he reveals the semblance, and I really like the reveal of the semblance because I went back and watched a bunch of his fights, and it's always after he gets hit that the sword glows and he does the slash. They know this for a very long time.
See, my problem, since we're talking about it now, I have a problem with his semblance. Because unless they state otherwise later on, they specifically said his sword is his semblance. A separate piece of equipment, a very specific set piece of equipment, is his biological semblance.
I think that he just imbues it in the sword, and he does it enough. He did it enough times that it just became a part of him, and that's what you associate his semblance with, is that sword, because he's not. It's like Gambit. His power isn't to explode cards; it's to explode anything. But he just uses cards.
But they
That's
didn't
gimmick.
say that, though.
Yeah,
I
know. But
I also go ahead.
oh, you go ahead.
Okay, I can't remember. My memory's fuzzy. But I think there was something said somewhere that you can embed your weapons or objects with your aura. So if aura is the fuel for semblances, so maybe he can you
are
Gambit.
that to me is stretching.
I know
already
it's stretching.
flimsy logic, and that to me that don't cut it.
I know. I'm just saying.
Speed, an aura of misfortune. That's at least coming from you. They specifically said his semblance is his sword, and I did not like that.
Fair enough. Again, my
found it
memory's
dumb.
fuzzy. I could just be making this up as I go.
Yeah, no, it makes more sense that his semblance is that he stores damage in whatever an item he's using. It could be any item for all we know. But all Blake knows is that it's the sword.
Yeah.
That's all he's ever used.
If they would have said that, into his weapon.
Yeah, but again, Mike, you want how am I going to word this? Sorry. We've seen in the past they're not very good at explaining things. This season has been a lot of them, I think, struggling to get things across correctly. I think this is an example of them just falling on old.
Yeah, I'm not saying that this ruined the season for me. This is just a thing that when I watched the episode, I reacted negatively.
No, I agree. I took it as it's his weapon because that's kind of how I have figured it for a while, that it was his weapon, not anything else. So it's not just that particular sword. I just think even if he would have grabbed like a tree branch, it could have worked. But that sword is probably special in that it's very hard to damage.
Probably.
Like adamantium, as it were.
Yeah.
So that'd be like the only thing that could really be used to its maximum effect.
Oh, you know what?
Which would
Actually,
make, again, sense.
I forgot a cool moment that I liked during the fight scene of the previous episode.
Is it that slice thing that he did?
No.
Oh,
It's when
I really
Blake
like that.
sheathed his sword into her scabbard and took it away from him.
Yep.
Yeah. That
In
was a cool moment.
context of knowing what his semblance was in the next episode, that was like that made it even better. Where it's just like, okay, you just neutered him for a little bit.
Yep.
Oof.
Ha, good word. Faunus. Neutered.
Racist.
So
I mean, it's Mike.
at the end of this episode, as like shit's going bad for the Ruby crew, like Ruby's hanging on the edge of the cliff and what have you, they steer the ship around and are firing missiles at it. And then in one of the poorly framed scenes, because it wasn't clear what happened really,
That was really bad. It
Yeah.
was a bad scene.
so they fired a missile at the robot when the shield was down, and then you just kind of see like a brown blob come into frame,
Oh,
and it almost
yeah.
looked like the scene cut, but it didn't. And then it zooms out and it shows that she caught the missile in her hand and then threw it at the ship. And then next episode starts.
That could have been done a whole lot better by them just adding a little sound or just slowly showing the hand close
or
or
just
something.
have it not be a zoomed in.
Yeah, that was not a very good one.
Yeah.
It was
But
weird.
like I said, the Adam doing the slice, and he's doing a little after image thing, that was a very nice thing. And apparently that was like an old Monty thing that he wanted to do and he just never got a chance to.
Cool. I did not
Yep.
know that. That's cool.
Mhm.
Next episode, the airship crashes, and they come up with a plan. They regroup, re-strategize. They come up with a plan to try and shoot the missile launcher into, like, with a shot to blow her arm cannon up. Just because it was the only thing that wasn't protected by the cannon itself, because the dust was inside the cannon arm. They do it, but Cordovan notices, and then shit seems to go bad. And then Ruby, being Ruby, first she like has a talk with her, like she literally,
She tries to talk no jutsu her,
yeah,
and Cardovan is having none of it.
None.
And I love that. I love that, and I love that the silver eyes at the end didn't really work. Because those are two moments that could have just been Volume 5, that it just worked. She was just like, you're right, and just lowered her weapon.
mm-hmm.
I've
And
heard enough.
Volume 5, and it's just like, you know what? The silver eyes work, and then it's just saved. Nah. There's new Ruby.
But yeah, I've heard enough. But
It's time to kill you, child.
I will say that
Time to die.
I feel like Ruby still talked no jutsu'd her just because she mind fucked her. She's like, okay, aim the barrel right at me so I can just run right the fuck in. And she literally goes down the barrel of the beast and fires rounds into where all the dust is compacted and basically explodes all the dust inside the cannon and just completely destroys the robot. Well, not completely. Destroys the cannon arm.
Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of rocks and stuff and ice and stuff around it.
All the dust that was
it's
in
all
there.
just jammed up in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rocks, ice, all that.
Something that we didn't mention, Jean is a tank because he just takes a full-on punch from a robot.
Oh,
and
yeah. Uses his, like, super strong aura.
That's a problem.
That's gonna be a thing in the future.
Also, there's a point where I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, but like she fired an electrical blast near Nora and they dodged. I was like, no!
Yeah,
Be
I
the thing!
I was so hoping for Super Saiyan God Nora. That would have been amazing.
So that happens. Then we cut back to Yang and Blake. They after their little friendship moment,
Still holding hands.
still holding hands.
Glued together.
They had a awesome fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go back and watch all the fight scenes because there's a lot of good ones this volume.
There's a lot of good ones. I love Adam just going, hit me! Come on! Because Yang was just really defensive and never, he's just like, come on, I gotta do the thing!
Such a bitch.
And to me, that's like, okay, those lessons from Volume 4 paid off from Dad. And just him just like, I'm faster, I'm stronger than you. Or just like, you want to see if you're faster than you were at Beacon? And he sees the hand shaking. Like, all that stuff. And then finally, it's just like, yeah, you are faster and stronger. But I'm smarter.
And she grabs the sword with her metal arm and just...
Yep.
Her hair just fiery as it just blasts him.
That was a great scene for Yang.
And then, during that whole thing, that's when Gambrel Shroud gets cut in half. And then, as Ralph said, which to me, that scene, I was like, oh, they showed this. Okay. Like, I was surprised that they showed, like, they've showed some evil characters killing people, but I wasn't expecting the Ruby Girls to at least be that, like, in your face.
Yeah,
you know?
There's blood and everything.
Oh, yeah.
He dead.
Yang picks up the broken blade portion. Yang picks up the broken blade. Blake just uses the rest of Gambrel Shroud, and they stab him front and back.
Oh, yeah.
Like Wesker.
And he
Yeah.
just goes, oh.
It's like,
And he just walks away. I'm like, don't you do a big monologue like, oh, don't worry, I'll be back. Or you don't know what you've done. I'll kill you all. I'm just like, just die. And he falls and he hits a rock on the way down.
Yeah,
and
that too.
I clapped. Because I'm like, he ain't coming back.
Both of those combined, like him getting stabbed twice, I'm just like, oh shit. And then I was like, oh!
And he's in the water. It was a hard hit, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's big dead.
That was a Mufasa landing.
There's
Holy shit. A Mufasa landing.
There's some Faunus and the White Fang that's just Simba at the top of the waterfall. No!
you can't. No one's doing that.
No one moors from Adam.
He killed them all.
I don't know. Emo girls.
Yeah, that was a big thing too, where it's just like they had one or two conversations where it's just like evidence, like this dude is not changing. Like Blake had like stated that he was given multiple chances, but he can't. He won't.
He refuses.
Yeah. And then they had...
I mean, would you change if you gotta look in the mirror all the time and just see that huge brand? You can't see out one of your eyes. I wonder how that feels. But...
yeah, tell me about it.
It's like a Burger King brand in your eye. All fast food will pay!
You see this grill, boy? You're gonna be working at it for the rest of your life.
He's just H-I-Y-W across his face.
Oh, boy.
Have it your way.
Yo, moving on, please.
Yeah, then Blake breaks down and starts crying, and they have another little heartfelt moment. Which just... The ships are refueled, and...
I got a few words about that, but keep going.
Oh, we both do.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
Then, as Cordovan attempts to call reinforcements, because she had been blocking all calls, they find out that, as we stated before, Godzilla is approaching Argus.
I felt attacked after that scene.
And then we get to today. The last episode. This is where Neo and Cinder have their last scene, and as soon as the outfit reveal, that was my first immediate thought. I'm like, oh, this would like the rest of the season could have been dog shit, and this would have put like the season to number 3 for DA.
Neo back and she looking fly.
Number 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
And then we get the Cinder outfit, which Cinder outfit looking fucking fly. Yeah, get rid of that red. She's good in black. Like she don't need red anymore.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we find out that fucking Neo's powers works on objects too.
That was legitimately awesome.
Yeah. Shows progression.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And just like that handout, she does it. Like I'm a bad bitch, motherfucker.
Just snapped her hands like it's just that easy. I'm Neo. I'm perfect.
And then you know what? Cinder had a good fucking line. I enjoyed her line.
It
was
an okay line.
You know, Neo. Someone once asked me if I believed in destiny, and I'm glad to say that I still do. Like, you know what? Little callback. She still remembers the girl. She still remembers. She still like that. I like that. That like John, she basically forgot, but it's like, oh, you know what? This girl that actually like
gave her
stood toe to toe with a goddess.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? She earned my respect. Then we cut back, and Godzilla's approaching. Let's get back in Argus. So they go back, they start trying to, like, the Air Forces are trying to fight the Leviathan as well as the other Grimm that are attacking. Which, I guess, we didn't really see, like, it's like, alright, I guess they were taken care of? Oh, no, I forgot. It's just, like, never mind. She's like, okay, we can take care of the rest of this, and we won't notice if one ship goes missing. That's right.
Right.
So they are flying in, and Ruby is like, hey, like, do this stuff, and we'll help out. And they're like, yeah, you're marked as hostile. No. It ain't happening. It's like, fine, we'll do it ourselves. And then, as DA said, Ruby's like, fine, I'll do it myself. It was like they were trying to do some other plan, but then it broke through the second shield, and then Ruby's like, you know what? We're gonna do this.
I got this.
Yeah. I said baptism by fire, but I don't have a choice.
And I love how much she relies on Weiss. Because as soon as it's like, how are you gonna do it? She turns straight to Weiss. Loving it. And also Jean is just like, hey, let's do the whole thing with Ren and mask our aura. And I was just like, weren't they real tired last episode? They do it for like a minute, just like, that's all I got. You know what? Continuity. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
They will just like black out for a second. They just pass out. Like, oh no, we're done.
Then when she's standing in front of the Grimm, flying, really, and all the flashback memories, as DA put it, like awesome, like some of them were like animatics and then like recolorings of certain scenes. She just remembers all of her fucking negative memories.
She remembers a lot of positives, and then it just slowly starts going into the negatives.
And then she can't summon it. And then I liked too where it's just like, Ruby, something's wrong. And then she just throws the earpiece out. Just like, I need to focus. And it's just like, it's turning towards you. And then she looks down at her waist and she's like, oh yeah, shit, I have the relic. It's about to bite her. And then a little Deus Ex Machina, a little. She calls for Jin. And Jin stops time again. And she's just like, I'm sorry, I don't have any questions. And Jin respects her smartness, but she's like, yeah, you ain't doing this again.
It is a one-time deal.
Yeah.
I'll let this slide because you're being creative.
Yeah.
Colleen did such a great job.
And then, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Then she remembers all of her happy memories, including we finally get a little sneak peek at Summer.
Yes!
6 seasons later, we have finally met Ruby's mom.
Seen an animated version of her mother.
We saw a picture.
Saw a picture. So we see that, and just the face into the face, seeing that, like, her mom, like, the Silver Eyes match. Silver Eyes happen.
Maria and her dad.
She freezes the Grim, but the Grim breaks out its head, and then Cordova comes back like, I'll handle this, and fucking Giga Drill breaks the motherfucking...
Oh my god.
As soon as it happened, because I know Carrie is a giant Gurren Lagann fan.
Yeah, I just went, somebody must have very recently watched Gurren Lagann.
No. Carrie, director of the show, is a giant fucking Gurren Lagann fan.
What a
so
nerd.
As soon as it happened, I'm just like, oh yeah.
Oh, we all knew.
That's what happened. And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. You're having fun with your show.
You
here.
killed a kaiju with the Giga Drill.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So that happens. Cordovan and Ruby have another stare off. And just, like, to me, all I needed was Ruby's look in that scene. Of just, like, we still need to get out of here, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Maria earlier was just like, look, I don't want to be the one to say this, but we could just dip.
Yes.
And then it just,
I don't want to be the bad guy here, but...
we doing this, and she smiles. I'm like, were you really just going, we could just dip, or was that a test? I'm trying to figure this out, Maria. I'm pretty sure it was a test. But I did like how it wasn't Ruby that was just like, we doing this. It was Blake, even though you're Blake.
She exists.
She's fine.
So
she aight.
Yeah, they have their talk, and yeah, Cordovan's just like, you know, we're in a battle right now. We won't really notice if one ship is missing. And then they're like on the way to Atlas. They have Ruby and Crow have a nice conversation. Maria and Crow have a nice conversation. And one of my favorite fucking
Boy,
Ruby
I can't
moments,
wait till people start shipping them.
Gross.
It's on the document, probably.
Put up a name. Somebody come up with a name, quick.
Hold on.
For what pair?
Check.
It's already in there.
For what pair?
Crow
Maria
and
and
Maria.
Crow.
Oh, no.
Scythe on scythe action.
Right now.
Please, no. You should have seen me when I was your age.
One of my favorite, like, they were talking about, you know, like, all the contributions that they did, and then, like, saying, you know, Blake, you know, and Yang, and how, like, you know, glad they're all right. And then all of them just turn to Ruby, and she's just, like, looking like, hey, what? It's like, and then there's this one that took down a Leviathan by herself. And, like, she had a good Ruby moment. It was her being just
Normal
her dumb
knees.
little self.
Normal knees.
And then we get a view of Atlas for the first time.
No.
Oh, wait. Sorry?
She goes, this dude, he's a 14-year-old. He landed a plane by himself, and then
yes.
goes, not exactly what happened. He's still here.
The virus brain is still here.
So they put a little pin in that, just
around.
like, hey, don't forget about that.
What?
I said they put a little pin in that, just going, don't forget about that. He's still here. We're gonna figure this out later.
Wait, what did you whisper versus?
Nothing. I looked up the shipping chart, and looks like they're debating the name.
Oh, what's
there-
the debate?
The two. Let's see. Oh God, really? One is called Broken Idol, and the other one is called Old Burb.
I'm surprised.
No, here we go. Bird's eye view. Mark it.
Oh, hang on.
Do it. Put it in there. Put it in there.
Let him contribute. Bird's
eye view.
Oh no.
It's in.
Oh,
Yes.
no. Oh no. What are we doing? Why are we contributing to this?
Making history.
It's too late. It's too late for me. All of Rolf, Mike, save yourselves. DA, I don't know. Save yourselves. It's too late for me.
Oh, I've been down there in the muck. I'm determined to drag people down with me.
Oh.
Bird's eye view.
Oof. Ooh.
I really want that to be it.
Oh,
just so I can hate myself.
Trust me, I will clip this. I will clip that part, and I will spread that everywhere.
Yo, I
Spread
want
it.
some bum to try to claim I made that up. No, you didn't.
Documented. It's on the internet. You can't stop it.
For the record, it is January 26, 2019, 9:32 p.m. So we have an official date.
Central Standard Time.
Hey, it's Eastern. It's Eastern.
Eastern.
Don't try and make it earlier. All right. So yeah, we see Atlas, which they have a floating island. They have a floating
Up in
island.
the sky.
Atlas looks very. That is a good design.
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
And then we see the whole fucking military just menacingly hovering over the upper city, which is probably like the rich people.
Yeah, I really hope that it's just like the upper and the lower people. I really hope that it's
It's gonna be like that.
they're just taking buckets of feces and just dumping it to the poor people. They don't care. I want that.
So we get that, and then credits roll. There's so much good music in this volume.
That song is really good. I want that song as well, and I want my song, my and Neo's song. I'm gonna buy a Dakimakura of Neo, and we're gonna get married, and that song is gonna play. And you're all invited.
See, there's a problem though. She can't say I do.
Oh. Well, she couldn't anyway. She's a
Sign
girl.
language. Sign language.
Oh, trust me, she does.
She's just like shaking her head no. It's just like she does.
Trust me. We're connected.
And then we get the post-credit scene of if I can't remember the fucking quote. It's what the hell's the quote?
If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where she makes the flying monkeys. Ah, the flying monkeys. And volume 6.
Yeah.
Easily the best volume.
Head and shoulders. There's so little to complain about. You can, because it's a show that exists
Yes.
and it has flaws inherently, but there's so little structural problems in this volume.
And I found it fascinating, like, there are some people that I follow on Twitter, and then there are some of the RWBY critics that just really didn't like this volume either, and it's just like, I feel like you're just never gonna like the show then.
Yeah, I've been rolling my eyes at Fat Man a lot more than I ever have.
And I've probably have never disagreed with a lot of my friends, like Max before, but I still respect his opinion. If he wants to quit the show, shit, I just name dropped, but everyone knows who he is. I respect that he doesn't like it, and if he wants to quit, that's okay, but I enjoyed this volume. It was, sure, the cinematography, camera work, and everything else probably was bad, but I didn't notice, in all honesty.
Yeah, this is a problem that me and BG had a little while ago, where he thought something was bad, and I had to tell him that it's good, but it's not good in the way that you want it to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of people with this volume.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
So now, you two, we skipped over because we were trying to get through the shipping. Yang and Blake.
Oh.
Do you consider it shipping? Like, do you consider those scenes romantic?
I consider it bait. I consider This is very.
Oh, it's definitely bait. Yeah.
This is very last season of Korra, where they hold hands and then look into each other's eyes. And it's just like, yeah, this is going on, but we're not saying it's going on. This is what it seems like to me. But also, I am a man who is just such a non-shipper that I've been fighting people just going, it's comfort. It's purely comfort. Her hand was shaping. She grabbed her hand. It's comfort. You just killed an ex-lover. Hug.
Yeah, like to me,
we did this whole adventure. Yes, we did. Place his hand on other hand. It's purely comfort. I can see how people can turn it in their mind because anything in their mind is shipping. Look at we got bird's eye view. Anything is shipping.
Exactly. Can that be the title of this episode?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So people see what they want to see. Hand holding, like I said, anything can be consensual, just whatever platonic thing. It's fine.
Exactly.
Like to me, if you consider the holding hands to be like, oh, romantic subplot, fucking in this last episode, Weiss hugged Blake.
Seriously,
you don't want to go down that route, Mike.
Like, yes, there are people out there, but the most prevalent ship is Bumblebee. Let's be honest here.
Yes.
That is out.
So, to me, I saw it as purely a friend comforting another friend.
That's
Same here.
That's
Same
all
here.
it is.
It's all it is.
It was bait, yes, but that's what I saw it as.
I want to talk about that whole
The voice
ship-baiting
actresses
thing.
didn't help.
They didn't help at all.
Nope.
Come on now. You giving all these people hope? Just going, yeah, that's what it is. And then it's never going to be in a show. This is just like Dumbledore and JK.
Yes. Yes. That's what I was trying to get at before. And this is my whole thing. Because again, with the critics, they say, I really hate the ship baiting thing. And everybody's just going all like, oh, it's Bumblebee. This gives me hope. This gives me legitimacy. They actually have on-screen development. And I'm sitting here seeing all this negative stuff towards these scenes. Because again, we see this as just platonic. This is Yang, a friend, comforting a friend, Blake, through a traumatic and emotional event. Both of them are.
This is shared trauma that they're going through right now.
Exactly. The hatred towards these two or the ship baiting is misdirected. It's not the character's fault. Because there's obviously nothing there. We all see that. There's nothing romantic going on. But for whatever goddamn reason, fans, the voice actors keep pushing this. I don't even know what it is.
Aaron and Barbara keep sharing the Bumblebee thing between them on Twitter a lot, and it's just fucking with fans.
Yes, and not only that, I mentioned this in the last episode. The Blake anthology manga is just littered with this same thing, just the two of them. And any kind of moment of vulnerability, any kind of moment of intimacy between the two, that's all anyone's going to see, because that's all anyone's talked about for 5+ years. That's all anybody's ever talked about with these two. Whenever they're together, Bumblebee this, Bumblebee that. Oh, this confirms Bumblebee. And
you're not allowing these characters to be themselves. You're seeing them purely as a ship, not as these characters that are growing, that have their own lives, that have their own personalities. No, you're just going, what moment can I see them two together that I could just be like, this confirms a ship?
What part of, how can this scene, how can I turn this into Blake sitting on Yang's face? Really messed up shit. I'm sorry, that's not messed up. The whole situation is we're like, oh, Yang's comforting Blake because she just killed somebody that's been a part of her life, a big part of her life. And I'm picturing, yeah, girl, no, I'm not doing that.
Bible Black X Ruby.
Are you really gonna keep pushing that?
You know what? If we're gonna make fucking bird's eye view a thing,
it could happen. Somebody can do it.
Hey, it's Bible Black. We can make it happen.
Yang can grow a penis.
Why is Yang the top in this scenario now, Mike? Blake the top in this scenario.
She Yang is the one comforting. She's taking a more assertive role.
She has the robotic arm, don't we all remember?
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
I hate this family so much.
But another thing about the whole shipping thing, even with Adam, he's just like, what does she see in you when he's fighting Yang? And that's more just people just going, look, even Adam sees it. And they just zoom into them holding hands for way too long. And it's the end of the episode and it's the beginning of the episode. And then they do it on the ship. It's just really frustrating in an overall great volume. And I say it to myself, if they kiss, this will just be number 3 for me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they did not, because it would be so unearned. That's the biggest thing about ships. You have to earn it. And this so far is not earned because it's just shared trauma, like I said. And now that this shared trauma is done, what are we doing here?
What's left to do?
What's left to do? They're just together and then they're just holding hands and worried about each other. What changes between them being just friends and them being girlfriend? Basically nothing. Exactly. You can do that at the end of the entire series. Just go, they're together, they have a kid somehow, dust, magic, god of light, who cares? but up until then, yeah, they jump into the lake of creation. It's like, there's a baby.
It's part of the lore.
Kyle fought his baby.
Dude, my mind went to so many implications that I just had to silence. So many. Oh, why do you do this to me, man?
Oh God!
But yeah, if they do get together, all it will be is just bait. Because if Yang gets hurt, it will be like, oh no, and then it'll cut right to Blake, and then Blake is worried, and we like Blake, so now we're worried as well. And it's not much can be accomplished otherwise. Because look at Nora and Ren, basically nothing with them, even up until now. You got the opening where she's got her arms around him, and then you got the "bring back my man" line, and that's basically it for this confirmed couple.
Essentially, now they're just want to say back to the status quo of their interactions with each other. It's just they're an item, and okay,
and that's it.
That's it.
They're doing nothing with it. So that just leads me to believe that they're going to do nothing with, if Bumblebee does happen, they're going to do nothing with that other than, they're just holding hands every now and again, and the whole Yang is in trouble, Blake is worried.
See, what I'm hoping for next volume, what they'll do, especially since it's an Atlas, we get more of an interactions between Blake and Weiss now. Like maybe Blake has to hide her ears again while they're in Atlas. And you just see moments of interaction between Blake and Weiss. Like you'll see worse racism on the streets or something. Blake wants to take action, but Weiss is like, no, they'll blow your cover. I'll take care of this. And she glyphs a person away into a wall. I don't know.
And then they hold hands.
Or somebody just goes filthy faunus, and then Weiss has an ashamed look on her face.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do with those two. And after this volume, I'm like, I have confidence now that they'll do that now. Like, and then eventually, hopefully, we'll get interactions between Blake and Ruby, because I can't remember anything that these two did together.
They hugged in this episode.
Their first
Yippee.
their first scene together, basically, of the storybooks. They
Yeah,
like books.
Yep, they like books. They like to read. So, okay, the whole Adam thing with Blake and Yang, okay, that's done. Now let's see them do something else, like explore the other relationships of that team. Yang with Weiss, Blake with Ruby, Weiss with Blake, something.
Yeah, because their long-running story arc is basically over.
Essentially, yeah.
Now that we're going to Atlas, we got Weiss and her family. We got a bunch of stuff that we can deal with there. Ruby still has to deal with her eyes. Yang and Blake are basically just along for the ride.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe if Raven comes back into the picture, which don't.
Please don't.
But like that's like the only thread of Yang's story that's still kind of there. There's really nothing else for her.
Yeah, Yang's whole thing is done at this point.
Her arc's pretty much done. All I can see her doing is maybe the big sister role,
Yeah.
the mother of the group.
And then Blake, I mean, still trying to establish the new White Fang. Like, that's the only other thing for her, but how can she do that while traveling with Team RWBY? So,
Gira's pretty much in charge of that.
exactly. Yeah,
But-
like, Weiss has to deal with her family. RWBY has to train with the Silver Eyes, and there's probably some going to be ramifications with her mom.
Plus, we got Cinder on the horizon and Neo, who both want to kill Ruby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot there for those two, but Blake and Yang are just going to be chilling. That's kind of like Team Pyrrha, not Team Pyrrha. What's their name? Juniper. Team Juniper. Yes. They're just kind of there.
Team Pier, because it's the only one you care about.
Essentially.
4 Pyrrhas.
Yeah. Yeah. All the Nora fans are just like,
Too
what
OP.
did you say?
Too OP.
I ship Pyrrha and Pyrrha. What? I ship Pyrrha and Pyrrha. How dare you?
I'm gonna dox you now.
One of the Pyrrhas has like 2 R's in her name. One has 1 Y. One has 3 A's.
Gira?
So, okay, here's an interesting thought. So, now that we're at the end of the season, speculation time.
Speculation time.
Do you think, because she was a robot and her creator is from Atlas, that we will see Penny again?
They need to. They showed her 3 or 4 times in the flashback.
Yeah.
They put it in people's heads. There are still people waving the Penny flag. They need to.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in Volume 3, like a small clip of her dad, I guess. He clutches like the armrest, so he's not just gonna go, yeah, I'm really mad that my robot daughter's dead. Oh well, I'm not on to the next project.
But yeah, so it'll be like a thing of like, does she have her old memories or not? Like, stuff like that.
I did like write down a really awesome moment that I really hope it's not gonna happen, but Penny, Ruby runs into them. Penny doesn't remember. There's like no way she can remember, and Ruby's heartbroken about that. And Penny's like, "I'm sorry, your friend's dead. I'm not the Penny you know." Later on down the volume, the flying monkeys attack or something. I don't know. And Penny joins the fight, and Ruby's just saying, "No, Penny, I don't want you to die too. This isn't your fight." But Penny's like, "I know, but I know that your Penny would protect you no matter what. So this is my fight.
Combat ready.
And I'm combat ready."
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
Get it in there.
It's not gonna happen. But unless I spread this out, and Miles is like, "I like that. And this guy said shit about me. I'm stealing his idea." But yeah, that is something I want to see. Like, it's not our Penny, but it is Penny regardless.
I would like to see Papa Schnee get his face kicked in.
No.
What are you talking about?
He's fine.
He's a hard-working businessman, struggling to provide for his family.
Married into a name. Dyed his hair white.
Did he?
I want to see Mama Schnee.
Yeah, that too. That too.
I want to see her just drunk in the garden.
I want to see
Yo,
like
Crow,
Yes.
get that ship in.
Oh, what do we call that one? What do we call that one?
Also, this volume will be getting your girl winner for sure.
Absolutely.
I would love to see. This is not going to fucking happen, but as I talked about Schnee having hair dye, I would just love to have a scene where it's like Yang decks the shit out of Papa Schnee, and you just see white dye on the ground, and then Whitley, she punched the highlights out of his hair. It's a Scott Pilgrim moment.
Nice.
I mean, that'd be cool, but
It's not gonna happen, but
It's not gonna happen.
You know, a man can dream.
So I think they're gonna stay in Atlas for a little while, and my biggest fear about this next volume is that it's gonna get a little too bloated, because you got Tyrion on there, you got Watts, you got Ironwood, you got Neo and Cinder, you got all of the Schnee family.
do we think we're nearing the end then?
No.
No, we still have Vacuo to go through. And they have to find where Salem is.
And they got 3 other relics
Yep.
that they gotta explain. And
This battle, though, has me a little concerned, I want to say. This is going to be a thing. And I'm wondering how big of a thing are we getting to?
it's gonna be a big world changing thing. This is kind of like One Piece, where Kaido, Big Mom, Marines, all of Wano, it's going to be a big war. A lot's going to change here and now, but it won't be the end. It'll be the beginning of the end. I think that there's going to be 1 volume per relic and then a wrap-up volume, so maybe 4 more volumes left. That's just my assumption. That's what I would personally do. Since they got the relic and explained it in this volume, they can get a relic and explain it in the next one, so on and so forth.
I will laugh.
Or maybe Cinder can grab one.
Here's my question. With how they've set up Salem now at the end of this with her flying monkeys, this is literally her character base's thing. That's got me a little questioning, I guess, on how they can do that. Because if each relic has a certain power, what are their uses in their fight with Salem? She can't be killed, so the sword is useless.
Well,
She can't be killed, but that doesn't mean she can't be stopped. She can be frozen. She can be launched into space.
The
solution.
There you go.
The Atlas military solves the problem by launching Salem into fucking space.
No, watch out for the moon. It was the god of darkness. He did it again, darn it.
More dust. Oh no.
Thanos in the background, like, throwing moons at people is my thing.
You motherfuckers.
So I just recalled.
I do want to actually address something about Rolf, the home base thing, and how can we beat Salem. I have a question. Can the Silver Eyes still work on her? Because she can control the Grim. She dived in it was affected by the pool that creates the Grim, so can the Silver Eyes affect her? And that's why she's killing Silver Eyes off.
Somewhat fearful of it. That's why she's been hunting them down.
Yeah.
But
So and it has been stated that the Silver Eyes power is the power of the God of Light, and she basically has been just chewing on the God of Darkness's power. So maybe.
And it's kind of not a secret anymore, since all of the town saw her use them. So
that's probably how they're gonna beat her somehow.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot better. Yeah.
I can see that. Plus, it's probably going to be that she's going to use it. It's not going to work, and then Maria's just going to die, and then it's going to really work.
It's Yoda all over again.
not like this, Maria. Stay alive.
Don't lose all hope just yet. Maybe she won't die.
No, she's gonna die.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
She's too good not to die.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna kill her off. She's too good.
Like Pyrrha.
So I was
Pyrrha.
trying to remember. So, like, we had talked about, like, okay, everything in the intro was shown and then everything in the trailer. There's one shot from the trailer that was not in the show.
Hmm?
And that was the dude floating down with the people bowing to him. But
Oh yeah.
I looked at it, and I looked at Ozma's second body. It is Ozma.
Oh.
Just because the world looked a little too bright now that I was looking at it, and the outfits looked like the people of the olden times. And if you like look at a full body picture of second Ozma and then this dude, it's the same coat.
So that's probably just the deleted scene from Jen's scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of weird. I wish they kind of would have put that in there. Because that was kind of...
That was interesting. I thought it was like the next maiden.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was trying to remember all the different stuff that was in the trailers. Also, disappointment. Unless they somehow get her to Atlas, we ain't gonna see Madame Malachite anymore.
Yeah, she gone.
Yeah.
It's
That was a
unfortunate.
one-off.
Yep.
Just cool.
But I
character.
liked her.
Yeah, cool character that just we're not going to see. Like,
Hey, she brought in Neo. She did her job.
She called in Neo to the ring. Neo gave her promo. That's all we need.
She pointed at the WrestleMania sign.
no words.
No words.
Anything else that we want to talk about? Speculation?
Well, my fear that Ruby was gonna use the Silver Eyes to kill the God of Darkness, that was my wild throw dart in the dark. I'm glad that's not possible, because it seems like Darkness is not really the arch villain. Which I'm glad,
Yeah.
because I liked him.
I do like how it's just like they threw the like, oh, of course the God of Light and the God of Darkness aren't gonna like each other, and it's just like, oh no, this bitch was making us fight? Oh, okay, bro, we good.
Yes.
That's all it takes.
I really loved when he just takes all the weapons and the magic from the army attacking him, forms into a ball, and he goes, my own gift to them, used against me. He crushes it and just kills everyone with it. I fucking love it.
The gods had really good scenes.
Yes, they did.
Initially, dumb designs. Then they
Yes.
became dragons.
I got a friend, and he was like, yeah, I hate the gods in their human forms. Then they turn into dragons, like, okay, this is much better.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to how next season develops, just because I can't push the nagging doubt from my mind with these people. So
Yeah.
I want to see how they're going to fill next season, because this season was a very strong success. Now, knowing how they've been in the past, do we think that we just see a carbon copy, breakdown season next one as well? Literally the same pace.
I don't see how they could, because they don't have too much else to explain, because this was a whole lot of explaining, clarification. So it was that kind of season. I don't think that they really don't have anything else to really explain. It will just be.
Then
really...
are we expecting another season 3, another action-driven season, or are we going to get another season 4? Because think about it.
Why are you using those like insults? Hey, you know what?
Because
We're gonna get another volume 6. How about that?
That's
Blacka.
it's the reason I bring that up is because, like you just said, they've explained essentially everything, all the questions we've needed answered. The only thing we've got left now is for interactions or action. That's it.
Right.
So we're going to get them interacting with Weiss's family, getting involved with that mess, and then this quote-unquote great war that's going to come.
Yeah, this volume wasn't all explaining. The stuff in between the explaining was great too.
Yeah, I'm just curious because, again, we have seen them do decent, build to decent, and then absolutely dumpster themselves. They built something really good with this season, so I want to know how they can follow it up, because this will color how I expect the rest of the series.
I understand where you're coming from with that, and to an extent, I agree. I want to be optimistic because they've explained all the backstory. We now know what Salem's goal is, her motivations, why she's doing the things she's doing. Same thing with Ozpin, and we got the whole gist of why everyone's doing, not everybody, why these events, what, you know what I mean. We got all that stuff out of the way, and all that's left is character interactions and the characters reacting to events in the plot, like the flying monkeys attacking Atlas, because we know that's maybe gonna happen. But probably. Again, we all thought that was gonna happen in Volume 5. That was gonna be a big thing, but that didn't happen. So I'm hopeful that now that we've got all the backstory out of the way, now they can just focus on character interactions, like characters.
So further character plot.
Yes, further character plot. As, like you said, that's all they got. And this volume gives me hope, because with RWBY, they made me not hate Blake anymore. She's just there.
Moving on up. You're going to go back to liking her, I'm telling you. I'm not going to bet on it, but I'm going to I'm going to simply state it.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
What could make you love Blake again?
What could make me love Blake again? Let me see. This volume could potentially do that, where the whole racism elements, like, she's not running anymore, so she'll probably be a little more confrontational whenever that stuff happens, or more dynamic between Weiss and Blake, or Blake with RWBY. Keep shit baiting or whatever with Blake and Yang. Let Blake interact with everybody else. Let like whenever RWBY's feeling down, or maybe Blake's just as like sees the worst in people, although Crow's taking that role, so again, not looking good for her. But she's just always negative, and RWBY's like, don't let it get to you. Just keep seeing the good in people like I do. And Blake's just like, you're right, or something like that.
Maybe she's the first person that sees Penny.
Exactly.
And they go on a little adventure, and then I don't know. Maybe she tries to convince RWBY that she's back, and RWBY's just like, "Nah, she's dead. It's fine. Don't. You don't need to pretend."
Yeah, exactly. Like, Annie, just stop with the Bumblebee stuff. And
so it goes up to talk to RWBY for a conversation. Someone's like, no. You go to the yellow-haired one.
That's your role. That's what the fans want. We don't talk to each other. I'm in the back just screaming, yes, we do!
Just like, someone had mentioned Volume 5 and I chuckled earlier. Volume 5 and Volume 6 feel like two different shows.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It does. It absolutely does.
Like, this is a new cast of characters that are wearing the skin of the old cast of characters.
You know what was dragging the whole show down? That darn Lionheart. He dies, and then everything gets better.
Yes. Again, they spend, like, what? Another few episodes inside of a house again, but that's still interesting because everyone's just so indifferent except RWBY. She's like, what's wrong with all of you? Then you find out, oh no, there's just Resident Evil living down below us. That's what's wrong.
I'm just tired.
I'm just so fucking tired. Yeah, but
those are some good episodes.
Mhm.
Those were some good darn episodes. Didn't really affect the plot or anything. You trying to get out?
Yeah,
I was talking to the dog. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, like if we can get more stuff like that, where it's just like good subplots,
Yeah.
if they can continue that trend, awesome.
yeah, like
I'm wondering how the animation is going to evolve again as well, because it seems like they're improving little by little for small things each season.
here's a really neat subplot that I would like to see next volume. Since Cinder and Neo are both going to Atlas, as well as Tyrion and Watts, and Tyrion and Cinder don't like each other, is there going to be conflict between the two?
God, I hope so.
Because they're both going to be like, no, Red's mine. I'm killing Ruby. No, I am. And Cinder's like, I can't have you reporting back to Salem. So they're both going to try and kill it. I would love that. That would be...
If we can get a melee going on with all of them together, I think that would be like the pinnacle fight.
I want Watts and Tyrion, Cinder and Neo, and Ruby and Weiss, because Ruby and Weiss seems to be the team up. That's what they were pushing hard. Okay, they were pushing Ruby Weiss really hard, but not in a shipping sort of way. They rely on each other. The leader sees this girl's talent, her immense talent, her incredible talent, and she relies on her for that.
She sees that she is best girl and utilizes her.
100%. She sees it. Ruby sees it.
And also, whenever Weiss and Ruby are interacting, and Ruby does something childish, Weiss just rolls her eyes and has, this girl on her face, but they still cooperate with each other. So everyone's like, don't roll the eyes. It means romantic relationship. Like, no. Just no.
We still, you know what we're going to get this next volume? We're going to get the answer to Tyrion going, I'm interested in you, Jon.
Yes.
Ooh.
We're definitely going to get that. So that's probably going to be the fight. Since Jon cannot be hurt.
Question. Can Jon empower the Silver Eyes?
It's not a semblance, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, we don't know if it's aura based or not.
Yeah, if the Silver Eyes is also aura based, we don't know the answer to that yet, really. If it draws on Ruby's aura, if we even get a line like that from Calavera.
Yeah, I think Maria would have mentioned that if it did.
If let's say, like, in one of the first episodes of the season, or at all from in next season, we hear that from her, that would mean Jon can multiply the strength of Silver Eyes.
Nah, I think that after doing the Leviathan thing, she would have been drained if that was the case. So they would have to explain that away really, really fast.
Okay. You know what's something I pictured now that you mentioned Jon empowering the Silver Eyes? It's completely stupid, and I honestly hope it doesn't happen. But Jon, since Marie's semblance is reflexes or something, he empowers her through aura,
Oh no!
and she starts jumping around like Yoda from Star Wars Episode 2. I don't like that image in my head.
I just pictured it.
Yep.
Calavera with just her stick, because it's not a scythe anymore, just flipping around, bopping fucking Grimmer people, just smashing people in the head.
It's Atlas, it's robots. So, okay, blunt objects would probably be effective.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be funny.
That would be funny. Stupid, but funny.
Again, I think we mentioned this before, but we need to see Jon enhance Crow's awful luck. Maybe that's how they beat Salem.
And there you go.
Just exudes.
Sorry.
Whatever the case may be, I just want a very nice fight with Neo. Just give me one and then kill her and be done with it. But just give me on the level of the Cinder Neo fight. But they're gonna be fighting together more than likely. I don't think they're gonna split up. So it's just gonna be give me a nice 2-on-2 battle on the level of the Blake and Yang versus Adam, because they've shown that they can do multiple people in a single fight, unlike Volume 5 where it was just 2 people fight and then everybody just stand around and wait their turn.
No, it's everyone disappears.
Everyone just teleports.
Yep.
Terrible. But yeah,
awful.
Give me my good Neo moments. Don't make her say a word. Keep her silent. Keep her mute. Keep her sassy snapping self. I want her to snap a lot more because I love it. Keep her in that outfit. Don't give her any snow boots. Shut up, Cinder. And give me a really good fight and then kill her. I want her dead so I can stop worrying about how they're going to ruin her.
Oh boy.
Because they can't ruin Pyrrha. She dead.
She's dead.
So kill her and be done with it. Oh, and also that whole farm thing, I guess it just wasn't Hatman. What was the Hatman name?
Roman. I
Guess that wasn't Roman's farm. I guess that was just a detour. Unless they bring it up in the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't know. We still saw that picture.
Yeah.
There was a guy with red hair, so
we shall see.
Give me my fight and then be done with her.
So DA, do you want to make another bet?
What are you thinking?
Let's wait. I have something in my head, but let's wait until the next trailer drops for Volume 7. And just so we can kind of get a feel for the season.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, that's too steep of a hill. I was gonna say that it could at least get closer match this season, but that's a steep hill.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Like I said, I think this is the prime of RWBY. It's gonna be. We're not gonna feel the way that we do right now. Whereas this was a hard-hitting, great season because they don't have as much to explain. Like Pro said, he was waiting for Silver Eye's explanation for years and years and years. You got it. Now you can expand on it, but you got the explanation, and you're never gonna feel how you're gonna feel for the first explanation.
No.
So I think this is the best, or like. The next closest one is just going to be really, really close, but this is probably just the best.
Yeah.
And this isn't just my Neo bias, though it might be, because that outfit was amazing.
Because Volume 5 would have went to at a minimum fourth best. If she just literally during that whole scene, she's just on a building, goes and leaves.
Yes, boy. I'd have been singing the praises. I'd have been in the theater look at her.
Hey, DA, now that she's got that new outfit, and you like to frequently go to cons with other cosplayers, and we saw a lot of RWBY ones at Yoma, so...
I don't need to see a RWBY cosplayer.
Oh,
Not a RWBY, a Neo. I don't need to see a Neo cosplayer.
Okay.
That's going to be bad for everyone. They're going to have to bring up all the mops.
Neo standing next to a Bayonetta, standing next to a Mulan.
It's too much. My heart can't take it. I'm an old man.
Standing next to a Haru, standing next to...
So while we're on the Neo train, there's something else I want to mention about Neo that is just, again, I love little things that are just, they're there. And then if you notice it, you notice it. And if you didn't, you didn't. When they're going up into the plane, Cinder goes up there. Neo hops, and then she sort of floats down very slowly. It's the best.
She's Mary Poppins, y'all.
Please die quickly. I don't want her to live anymore. It's a very weird feeling, but I just want her to be gone.
They're like most people that I know. Like, for
They're gonna
example,
build a statue of her.
Star Wars Episode 7. I showed my mom. She refuses to watch any more Star Wars because Han Solo died.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
when certain characters die, just like, nope, not watching it anymore. Like, she still believes that Loki's not dead from Avengers.
Oh, that poor lady.
And then we get to you. I want her to die, so my memory is untainted.
Die on top and then remain on top.
Die a hero, live long enough to see yourself as the villain.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. They're going to somehow ruin her unless they give her a knockdown, drag out fight, and then she just falls off the top of Atlas and she is confirmed dead.
Doesn't have the umbrella.
No umbrella. You do it with the atom. Just have her hit a big rock on the way down.
She does it by the jet turbines, and she just falls into the flames.
Yeah, she falls into the plane engine. It's just chunks. And then that's her final glass breaking. And then she's just dead. Done. And then I don't have to worry about her anymore.
There you go.
Because it's all just a matter of time before they ruin her. Because even though this was an amazing volume, they still wrote volume 4 and 5.
Yep.
Let's never forget that.
Oh, we're never gonna let that go.
Kishimoto could bring out the best manga of all time next, but you still wrote Naruto.
Kubo, there you go.
Kubo, I don't care how many tomato baths you take. That skunk stank ain't never washing off. It's there forever. So they have to prove to me, like me and BG were talking about. Are you guys caught up with My Hero?
Yes.
Okay. Like me and BG were talking about, this whole Deku and his 7 powers within him is dumb. We both hate it. And the dude from My Hero does not have the good faith that Oda has built up, where Oda can just basically do anything and we can just be like, where's this going? Let's go. This, we're just like very cautious about this.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's how I feel about RWBY right now. You had, in my opinion, 3 adequate volumes, 4 trash ones, and 1 amazing one. That doesn't add up. So you got to prove to me that you can continuously keep this up. And once you do that, then I will stop worrying about RWBY. Neo, my goodness, Neo. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. That's why I want her to die.
I agree.
It's not a very sane logic, but it's
Watch
logic
Neo
nonetheless.
be one of the longest lived characters.
Hey, as long as she keeps this level of quality up, where she's just fighting and silent and snapping, that's all you need. You will always be number 1. Keep up this and nothing else.
I like the idea that she is basically the Where's Waldo character.
Mm-hmm.
Where
you always have to look out for her.
Exactly. Like the scene of her being the guard. And it's confirmed in the last episode when she walks out of the airship and when her illusion fades away, she's in that uniform. Just, yeah. Like, where you kind of looking out and you're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, that camera lingered on her for a little too long. Is that Neo?
Yeah. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's cool.
Any closing remarks, gentlemen?
Do you mean non-Neo closing remarks?
How did has your opinion of Cinder changed at all in this volume?
She didn't piss me off. She
She
had
didn't do much, so
she had like the second best fight of the entire series. She didn't do the voice. Opinion, like I said, there are very few people. I don't think that anybody went down really. Most people just went up, either be it very slightly or way up. And Cinder was one of those people who went very slightly up because she didn't do the voice. She had a great fight. She has a motivation that she's going to. Yeah, there was, outside of the initial her being revealed as the person in episode 2, there wasn't many moments where I was like, ugh, outside of me just memeing.
She had one of my favorite evil character lines of when
the life savings line.
It was somebody's, like, just so nonchalant, just like, okay, like, you haven't proven to me like that you're a cold-blooded murderer. That line basically summed it up for me. It's like, you straight up murdered this woman, took her clothes and took her money, and just was like,
Yeah, so there's something there. Just like with Adam. If you told me that Adam would go up after the character short and all this garbage with Blake and Yang, 2 characters who I don't care about.
Volume 5?
And Volume 5, it's just like, you're going to feel positively about this character. I'd be like, you nuts! And then here we are.
Here we are.
So sky's the limit, kinda. Except for with Neo, who needs to be deceased.
I'm gonna share this to people and they're gonna be like, is this man alright?
You tell them no.
You tell them bird's eye view.
I think I explained myself adequately about that.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Closing remarks on this volume?
No, just definitely the best season of RWBY, hands down. Again, like DA said before, I'm hesitant to put my faith in the team just yet, but I'm hopeful this next season shows that they can continue the competent storytelling, maybe evolve some character relationships, evolve the world a little bit. I just, if this was a standalone season, I'd say the series was great. But being the progression we've had, the series is still just meh.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to next season now. Whereas at the end of last season, I could care less about what season 6 was going to be.
And I just realized something, that since they're going to Atlas, they can sort of deep dive into Dust a little bit, because for right now it's just sort of Dust is Dust, and you got magic and you got the rocks. They can sort of explain it a little bit. That's something they can explain, and that would really help the lore and everything.
Yeah. And Ironwood was experimenting with the soul and aura, as he hinted at in Volume 3, so we're probably going to explore that too.
Yeah. Pop a soul in a robot. Penny.
Casually.
Get another Penny. Done.
Yeah, but who's this? Ooh, that could be a subplot too. One of the girls gets kidnapped, and they're like, "Where is she?" And like, "Oh, we're gonna put her soul in the next robot." Like, no, you're not.
See, there's a lot of places that this can go. I'm very hopeful because I like Atlas. I like the Snee family. My girl Weiss is gonna get her. I feel like this is going to be her closing of her arc, because we just got Blake and Yang's closing of their arc. This is going to be her closing.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful that they do something really good with that. And give me Mama Schnee.
Mama Schnee. I don't know why everybody keeps saying her name's Willow. I keep saying that a lot.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they need a W name, I suppose. Willow, Weiss, Winter.
Yeah, that's true. My closing remark would be, I didn't expect much from this volume, and I got so much more than that. And it's kind of like what DA and David Cage, a hack shows potential. Go ahead.
This is the potential. Now they just need to fulfill it.
Exactly. And am looking forward to the next volume. I am cautious because they can still fall back into old habits. They can they can bait Bumblebee. They could just keep Weiss and Ruby interacting with each other and nobody else, because that's all the fans want. I hope that they'll try something new, or try to go, okay, we can't pander to the fans anymore. Let's try other things. Let's explore other relationships. Because they got the plot out of the way. There's very little else that they need to cover. And they just have to fulfill the wants that I've had for years. And for the first time since 3, I feel like, yeah, they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But volume 4 and 5 show me otherwise.
It's always going to be in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's why my love for Ruby won't be what it used to be. And to be frank, yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
I won't let this show hurt me again.
Drew was a little too energetic in his fandom.
Yes, he was. But he's dead now.
I assisted in that Drew suicide. It's fine.
Yeah.
He is deceased, like DA wants Neo to be.
Speaking of which, I'm looking for on Twitter right now to see if anybody has made fan art of her new outfit, because for the longest time, ever since she appeared, my wallpaper for my phone has her been with her head down and the hat on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for her new outfit, seeing if anybay made it, but not yet. I'll stay on the lookout, but
it'll be a few days.
Jack.
That's a good one.
Oh, there you go.
So after
No, it's not her new outfit. It's her old one. But I want a new one. I want it.
Check the Reddit and check the Facebook groups and check.
It's too early. Even speed painters won't do something like that in like 6 hours.
It's never too early.
Yeah, it really
Trust
depends,
me.
dude. Like fucking the
I
Critical
don't
Role
think
fan.
the Neo fandom is that big.
How dare?
Are you kidding me?
How dare?
Are you kidding me?
What's wrong with you?
I don't think there's that many people
He just
who
doesn't
are
understand.
fans of
DA.
Neo.
He doesn't understand.
He don't. Oh
She's
my
a great
goodness.
character, but I'd say I remember Weiss had character art of her, like high quality character art on Twitter, maybe like an hour after her redesign went up.
There are people.
Neo just has to wait.
Like there are
They
people.
ain't gonna wait.
I saw Critical Role. A big moment just happened for a particular character in the show, and Eastern Standard Time. The show comes on at 10. Usually ends around 2 a.m. I woke up the next morning for work. There was already a full watercolor painting.
Oh, I know. Again, it comes in a popularity. Like I said, Weiss had a fuck ton of character art an hour.
You shut
after
up. You shut up.
her redesign went up. Neo doesn't really have a following.
Oh, I guarantee you. I promise you, Ralph. She does.
We'll see.
I'm going off of the man who has lived in the community in the fandom. I use his gut feeling.
I've still, comparatively, art-wise, seen a drastic difference in art of even Neo or even other side characters. I've seen more art of
She's been gone.
No, I've seen more art of the one-off female character teams from the fucking Vital Festival than I've seen of Neo.
That I can disagree with. I've seen more Neo fan art.
Okay.
Much more. But anyways, as far as me,
Neo is a minor character, it's fine.
I same as you guys, cautious optimism. I think a big tell of if they're going to keep up this trend is going to honestly be Genlock. And how well it's received and the quality that it is coming out as. I have watched the first episode. The second episode's out for first members. I'm going to watch the show. And so far, ain't too bad.
I don't think with all the hype and all the good voice actors and all that stuff, I don't think that they're looking for Ain't Too Bad.
I know they're not, but that's what I'm at right now with the first episode. Obviously, like, you know, you learn more about the world, you learn more about like what plot lines are going to be going on. It'll get better, but we like the first episode is very much an introduction into characters and a brief introduction into the world.
Yeah.
And like especially with sci-fi, it's like, okay, what kind of technology, what are we going for here? Like every sci-fi has a different flavor.
Agreed.
So they're just kind of they're laying down those ground rules, especially in the first episode. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching the second episode probably after I get off this call, and yeah. So I feel like it's going to be a big indicator, just because it's like, all right, are they going to keep this momentum going? Will the animation team thrive in other 3D animated shows? We shall see.
Hey, here's a very good chart that I just found on the Ruby Reddit. It's percentage of spoken word by each character. And it's very shocking in some ways. Number 1 with 13% is Ruby. Tied for number 2 with 8.23% is Yang and Weiss. Number 4 with 6%, 6.96% is Jean. Number 5 with 6.93% is Blake.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. You got Crow, Ozpin, Nora, Sun, Pyrrha, Ren, Cinder, Oscar, Oobleck. Oh, that's Mustache. Raven is 15.
No,
my goodness.
Oobleck is crazy dude, green hair.
Okay. Yeah, that's
That sounds accurate.
you under Blake. You under John right now, Blake. You need to get up there. And your story is done, and John is just starting.
Start yelling at some more racists. All right. With that, unless we got anything more to add, guys.
I think that's the culmination for RWBY Volume 6.
Yeah, Volume 6.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely
very satisfied with
We
this.
got a good volume. We got some potential fan art crossovers that I'm going to be pushing for.
We got a ship name up there.
Yeah, we got a pairing name.
The queen has returned to her throne.
Yep. Adam is dead. With a fucking wet thud.
Literally.
Oh. Yeah.
Woo.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome volume. So
Okay.
this group will be back probably come like September-ish. Whenever we get the new trailer and all that. I'm sure we'll have some spattering of news during RTX, but we'll probably wait until right before the volume premieres.
I want a Neo short. I want a daily life of Neo where she's just eating breakfast and she like orders coffee and she's just pointing and they don't understand because she's not talking and they give her the wrong order and she just sadly drinks it because she don't want to be a bother. I want that. I want it.
She won't kill you now, but if you get the next order wrong, maybe.
Oh my goodness.
I would actually really enjoy, now that you mentioned shorts, I would love a Torchwick short where we kind of get like his rise up to crime, like in different things, him meeting Neo, him having a good fight scene with Neo, and then it ends on him in a certain pose, and then it's zooming out slightly, and it hard cuts to the picture on the farm.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Either that or a hard cuts to Neo doing the same pose.
Yeah.
Or here's an idea. He grabs his hat and he's doing something like twirling around his cane or he's twirling the hat at the bottom end of the cane, and it just zooms in on the hat, and then it zooms back out, and it's Neo spinning the hat in her fingers, sadly.
Something to connect the two.
Yes.
Something. They have it right there. Neo short done. Neo short or Winter short.
It's trending on
There you
YouTube. They're not on YouTube anymore. I know.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's I hope.
I just want other characters interacting, not just Weiss with Ruby and Yang with Blake. Give me
Blake,
something
have
else.
a conversation with Crow. Just do it.
Yeah, just like them disgruntledly going yep to each other, Crow and Blake.
Yep. Racists.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
With that,
Yeah.
thank everybody for tuning in to this bonus episode. Maybe, you know what? Are any of you gonna watch Genlock?
No.
I'm not interested.
I might.
Okay, because I'd like to do this again before Ruby for something.
And there's probably not going to be Genlock.
Okay.
You know, isn't it a mecha show? I'm not watching that. What am I
Yeah,
thinking?
it's a mecha show.
Yeah, I ain't watching that.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't know what I was thinking. I just lied to you.
All right, with that, we will end this. Thank everybody for tuning in. We will see you in the next volume.
Later.
That's the podcast. Get out.
Okay.